Big doesn't always mean strong. Simple survives, and that's the rule sellers forget. Most people in this game dream about scaling up as fast as they can, building bigger operations, hiring teams, adding warehouses, and wanting to put up numbers that look great on Instagram. But look, the reality is very different when issues arise, like market changes, slow sales, or fees that continually go up. When that happens, it isn't the big flashy businesses that last, it's the smart ones that keep things simple and lean. In this video, we're talking about Cockroach Mode, how to strip your business down to the essentials, cut out all the waste, and build systems that can survive when the problems begin. Stay until the end so you can get my 7-day reset that turns these ideas into a master plan you can put into action today. This is the final episode in our 5-part series on becoming a sharper, stronger entrepreneur. We started with boredom as a tool for growth. Then I showed you how emotions can, kill your profits if you let them. Then we built discipline with stoicism, and we followed it with why small sellers win the long game. And for your convenience, the playlist titled Reseller Toughness Training will be linked below. Let's wrap up this series with today's focus on resilience, because Resolutions gives you real solutions. Resellers get themselves into trouble by building businesses that are too big for the size of their sales. They rent storage units long before they need them, they pay for software they barely use, and they buy inventory faster that they can actually list it. The shelves get full, the bills keep coming, and the to-do list never stops growing. It feels like progress, but in reality, all that size and weight creates weakness. The more overhead you add, the less flexible you become. You can't change direction quickly. You can't afford a slow month. You start working just to kind of keep things going instead of building actual profit. That's the trap most resellers fall into without actually realizing it. And I know because I've been there myself. I hate to admit it, but at one point, my hubris got the best of me. I thought I was winning with the warehouse, the employees, and all the extra stuff I didn't actually need. Years later, as I grew as a business owner and sharpened my skills, I realized I could run lean solo and make way more money. Crazy, right? So look, stick around because I don't want you making the same mistakes I did.
I was there for that. This guy thought he was all cool.
Looking back, I realized my mistake wasn't personal. It was systemic. The reselling world practically trains you to think this way. This happens because this world pushes the wrong definition of success. Everyone online is pushing scale, warehouses, pallets, and bigger numbers. So naturally, sellers feel pressure to keep adding more space, more tools, more debt. At the same time, platforms like Amazon, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and all the others don't make it easy on us. Fees change without warning, algorithms adjust overnight, and policies get stricter and stricter. Amazon in particular for those that don't already sell there. And like clockwork, sellers respond by adding complexity, hoping it will protect them, when in fact all that extra crap makes them slower and weaker. That's why so many resellers end up overextended. When you take a good hard look, the cost of size shows up clearly in that business. Financially, overhead eats the margin on every sale. Operationally, clutter and extra systems slow you down, making you manage stuff instead of listing and shipping. Mentally, the stress of being big and staying big feels like a huge heavy weight to shoulder. The result is very simple. The bigger your business gets, the easier it is for you to break. So what exactly is Cockroach Mode?
Ugh, cockroaches.
The idea comes from startup culture, where the cockroach isn't flashy, it doesn't need perfect conditions, and it's built to be the best at survival. Maybe the myth of the cockroach surviving that nuclear winter is true, right? In any case, that's the mindset you want to have as a reseller. A business so simple that it keeps selling when everything else around it is failing. Cockroach Mode means simple rules, cheap operations, systems that last, and repeatable days. This way, you outlast everyone else who quits. Okay, let me give you 7 laws that define what Cockroach Mode actually looks like. Law 1, cash for security. Always keep at least 3 months of basic expenses saved so that you can cover your bills when you have slow times. Law 2, 0 optional debt. Debt is fine as long as you use it wisely. If you owe, pay it down and then stay down to make sure it doesn't kill your business. Law 3, overhead barrier. Never let your monthly fixed expenses get over 20% of your average monthly revenue so that slow sales weeks aren't so freaking tough. Law 4, focused inventory. Buy only what you know sells with good comps and clear margins, and stop letting maybe piles take over your storage area. Law 5, simple tool chest. Use only the essentials. The more apps and more subscriptions you have, the more issues can come up and the more money you will actually waste. Law 6, repeatable days. Set daily goals and build consistency. It's so much better when you wake up and you know what you need to do without actually having to think about it. Law 7, repair it first. Before you add another tool or system, fix the process itself, because complexity won't solve your problems. It usually actually multiplies them. If you follow those 7 laws, you're already more of a survivor than 90% of all resellers out there. Cockroach mode means focusing only on the numbers that actually matter. That's 5 simple things you have to do: new listings, photos, shipping, relist old items, and sourcing or planning your sourcing. 3 weekly reviews: sell-through rate, average sale price, and margin percentage. And then, of course, 1 monthly check. Audit your overhead to find out what you can cancel, cut, or renegotiate. That is all you need. Keep it simple. Now, every reseller has hidden costs, and Cockroach mode means cutting them before they kill your profits. Old subscriptions, storage units you don't actually need, bad product that just sits there unsold, and platforms that waste your time. Each one of those takes from your profit and your energy. Look, here's quick math. If you're paying $200 a month for a storage unit, that's $2,400 a year. If your average profit per item is $20, that means you're selling 120 items every year just to cover that one bill. Is it worth it? Probably not. So, drop it like it's hot. Now let's talk inventory. Inventory can make or break you, which is why Cockroach mode has simple rules. The 52-78 rule means you only hold 52 to 78 weeks of supply based on your sell-through rate. This keeps you from hoarding. Then there's SKU cleanup. Clear out your worst 10% every month. Dead stock takes space and time you never get back. And finally, use 5 check marks before you buy: comps, sell-through, margin, condition, and shipping cost. If the purchase fails any of those, leave it. Moving on to operations. Operations in Cockroach mode don't waste time or any energy. You run a 3-block workday: list, ship, and improve. You batch tasks like photos, listing, and shipping, so everything gets done in a timely fashion. You use templates, auto responses, and drafts, so you're not having to think so much. It's all about muscle memory. And you keep your workspace small and efficient. Every tote is labeled, every SKU easy to grab, and there are no wasted steps. A lean operation is all about flow. The easier things flow, the better it is for your future success. To protect yourself, spread your risk without spreading thin. eBay can be your first and main platform, and then you can add a secondary one, but don't take on 5 or 6 just to feel busy. If you are going to do that, then just use a processing tool, but remember that it will add to your overhead. Then think about protecting yourself with backups to account for those times where everything goes wrong. And trust me, there's always those times. A second payment method, an extra printer, a quick photo setup, and a copy of your business data just in case. Problems show up when you least expect them, and having backups lowers your risk. Cockroach mode also means keeping buyers happy without burning yourself out. Build 3 message templates: one for offers, one for returns, and one for shipping issues like delays. Then you promise your customers 2 things, and that's all you need: great product and fast shipping. And then design 1 return process: refund their money fast, relist quickly to sell the item again, and done. Cheap and simple. For those of you who made it this far, let me give you the 7-day reset I promised at the beginning of the video. Here's the challenge: 7 days to transform your business into a lean freaking machine. Day 1, cut 1 subscription you don't need. Day 2, audit overhead and drop what is not directly making you money. Day 3, go through your inventory and get rid of the bottom 10%. Day 4, make sourcing rules you cannot break. Day 5, create 3 buyer templates. Day 6, set up backups for your printer, payments, and data. Day 7, document the process you repeat every day. By the end of these 7 days, your business will feel much simpler. And trust me when I tell you this, it helps with stress. This all sounds awesome, right? Your business should probably run this way all the time. Well, there is some truth to that. You should follow the general principles and things you've learned here, but let me tell you, Cockroach Mode isn't forever. It's a discipline you return to whenever things get kind of iffy, when you feel like you're stuck with too much waste. Q1, you survive, cut, clean, and reset. Q2, you refine, improve processes, and build consistency. Q3, you grow slowly, only where systems can handle it. Q4, you repeat. That's it. You quit Cockroach Mode once you've got cash saved, your systems run on repeat, and your sales are steady enough to handle more without putting you at risk. Until then, stay lean. Before we go, let me leave you with this. You don't win by being the biggest. You win by staying in business long enough to outlast everyone else. Cockroach Mode isn't fancy, as you can see from the icky image on screen, but it keeps you moving when others quit. Cut the excess, trim the overhead, protect your margins, and keep it simple, because simple is what lasts. And that's the end of the 5-part series on building a sharper, stronger entrepreneur. Boredom, emotions, stoicism, small sellers, and Cockroach Mode. 5 tools provided to you in this Reseller Toughness Training. These tools are meant to help you in the practical sense, but I built them specifically to open your mind to something more, something better. You don't have to do it how you've always done it. It's okay to embrace change and new perspectives. Let me leave you with this final takeaway because it kind of sums up the entire series. When you start chasing big business, you have to be smart and ready to throw down. So if you want your store to fight, keep it lean and run it right. To continue supporting the channel, you can always send your thanks with the thanks button down below. You can buy the Reselloupe to add value to the photos you're already taking. Better photos means better sales, plain and simple. And you can become a member of the Resolutions Posse and get access to videos that no one else has access to. And right now, when you become a 40 cal top tier member, you get access to Bruce, an AI lister that helps you make more money by creating better titles and better descriptions that are super simple, just copy paste. As always, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss awesome videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace. And cheers, everybody. Woohoo! I really do hope that you guys find value in this series, and I hope that you take it to heart. What I'm trying to do is trying to build better entrepreneurs, not just tell you where to buy stuff, what sells now. Let me get you another bolo list that everybody does. I don't want to do that. I want to focus on you as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. I want to help you get to your next level. Ready for this, Bruce, or what? He's ready.
Ooh, he's got dog hair.
If you're in this house, expect dog hair. Cockroach Mode, take 5. I ruined the other takes, not like the other day where the dogs ruined them.